Welcome back, students. So I have given the introduction for the development of surfaces in my last video. In this video I am taking up the first problem on development of surfaces. The problem number is 4.1. So you can come out to the sheet. I can explain how to solve this problem here on the sheet. The problem is like this. Problem number is 4.1. The reference number from the VTU primary is 15. The drawing number is also 15. It's a hexagonal prism of base side 20 mm and height 50 mm. It is resting with its base on HP such that one of its base edges is parallel to VP. So we need to draw the orthographic projection first, both the top and front views for a hexagonal prism. You must ensure that one of the base edges is taken parallel to VP. So you start by drawing the top view first. Make sure that one of the edges is drawn parallel to XY line for the hexagon. Then you will complete your front view. Then it is given the prism is cut as shown in the following front view of the prism. So this is the front view of the prism which is given to you. This is the front view of a hexagonal prism. You are asked to draw the development of lateral surface of the prism. So you can look in the front view. This is the front view of the hexagonal prism. You are not given the top view, only front view is given. Now you can see two lines here. These are the cutting planes. As I already was mentioning, when the prism is cut by a plane inclined to HP and perpendicular to VP, it appears to be a line in the front view. So this is one of the cutting planes and this is the second cutting plane. Now you are asked to draw the development only for this portion. That means this portion is removed, this is also removed. For the remaining portion of the prism, what is the size and shape of the sheet required if you have to make this prism? Only this portion of the prism. Okay. So this is the entire prism which is being cut by two cutting planes. And then you remove this portion, you remove this portion. This is the remaining portion for which you are asked to draw the development of the surface. Okay. We are going to use parallel line development method for this. Now I want you to use your sheet in the landscape position like this. Don't use portrait position like what you do in your projection of planes and solids. Put the sheet in landscape position. Now as I told you, I have to start by drawing the orthographic projection first. I'm starting with XY line. So this is your XY line. First angle projection. Okay. Now you have to draw a hexagon in the top view such that one base edge is parallel to VP. So I'll start by taking this edge parallel to XY. With this as one of the edges, I'll draw my hexagon. The side of the hexagon is given to you, it is 20 mm. You can draw a circle and construct the hexagon. I am drawing it freehand, that's why I am doing it like this. You can adopt your normal method of constructing a hexagon. Okay. So I have made sure that one base edge is parallel to VP. One base edge is parallel to XY line in the top view. Now this is a prism. Let me name the corners. This is A1, B1, C1, D1, E1, F1. You have to dimension one of the edges, show that it is 20. Now by connecting the diagonals you can get its center. You can call it O1. This is the top view of the prism. Now let us get its front view. You have learnt all this in your projection of solids. The height of the prism is given as 50. This is its axis. Take it as 50. Now complete the longer edges of the prism. One important thing is draw the front view using thin lines first. I am using thin lines for the entire front view. Why thin lines? I will just explain you. I am drawing the entire front view using thin lines. This height is 50. Now let me name the corners. Naming I'll change a little bit here. In development of surfaces, we start with the leftmost corner as AA1. You will see why it is like that. This is BB1, CC1, DD1, EE1, FF1. Now naming in the front view, this is A dash, B dash, F dash, C dash, E dash, D dash, this is O dash. Similarly for the base, A1 dash, B1 dash, F1 dash, O1 dash, C1 dash, E1 dash, D1 dash. Okay, so I have drawn the entire the orthographic projection for the entire hexagonal prism. Now let me draw its development for the entire prism. Just extend these lines like this. Now you start with one of the longer edges which is there on the extreme left. I call it as AA1. Now you know the base edge from AA1 to BB1, it is 20 mm. So mark 20 here. Like that, again from BB1 to CC1, another 20. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120. Because you require 6 faces. So here you can close. Now because all these lines are drawn parallel to each other, the method is called as parallel line development method. In fact, all these lines are also drawn thin lines. So this gives you the development for this entire thing is the development for the entire hexagonal prism. Okay, the lateral surface of the hexagonal prism. So if you measure this will be 16 to 20, 120 mm. Each of it will be 20 mm each. Each of it will be 20 mm length. Now you can name these longer edges as BB1, CC1, DD1, EE1, FF1, and finally end with AA1. Okay, so AA1 gets repeated. So this is the development of the lateral surface of a hexagonal prism. And all these lines represent the longer edges. Now let us draw the cutting planes now. This height is given as 25. So let us mark half the height of the prism, 25, the midpoint. This dimension is 25. Now how are the cutting planes drawn? From here to this corner. It is one of the cutting planes. Then from here to this corner, this is the other cutting plane. So what is the retained portion? Only this is the portion that is retained. This can be shown dark now. Whatever is the retained portion, you have to show dark. This is an axis, so I am not darkening it. Now you are asked to draw the development for only this portion, removing this and this. So this portion and this portion should be shown faint or thin. Okay. Now you come to the section points now. Let us name the section points. As per the definition, what is a section point? The section point is a point where this section plane cuts either the longer edge or a base edge. Let me start by taking this cutting plane first. It is cutting the longer edge AA1 here. So I will call it as O1. Okay. There is also a rule in naming the section point. We name the section points on the visible edges first and then come back and mark the section points on the invisible edges. So first to mark the section points on the visible edges and then come back to the invisible edges. So where is point 1? 1 is on the longer edge AA1. So I am just marking here 1 on AA1. AA1 is the longer edge. Next 2 dash. Dash I am putting because it is front view. 2 is on BB1. In fact, here you have got two longer edges. BB1 is a visible edge. FF1 is in brackets, so it is invisible edge. I'll come back to the section point on that later. Next, you move to axis. Axis is an imaginary line, so you don't name any section point on the axis. Move to CC1, call 3 dash. So 3 is on CC1. Next move to this point 4 dash. 4 is exactly at corner D. Done. Now come back and mark the points on the invisible edges. After 4 dash, 5 dash here. 5 you can say it is on EE1. Next come back 6 dash. 6 is on FF1. So you have got 6 section points corresponding to this cutting plane. Now let us name the points on the other, let us name the section points for the other section plane. Let us start with 7 dash. 7 dash, where is 7? 7 is at A, exactly at A1. Then 8 dash, 8 is on BB1. Then move to this 9 dash. 9 is on CC1. 10 dash, 10 is on DD1. So we have finished with all the visible points. Now come back to the invisible points. Even here 5 and 6 I can keep in brackets. Similarly, come back here 11 dash. 11 is on EE1. EE1 is an invisible edge. Similarly 12. 12 is here, 12 dash. 12 is on FF1. So this writing I am writing only for your reference. You don't have to write. If you want you can write for your reference, but in the examination it's not required to be written, these section points. Okay. Now these section points now you are going to obtain on the development one by one. Okay. Let me start with 1. Where is 1? 1 is on AA1. Just draw its locus. Draw a line parallel to the base here. It will cut AA1 at 2 points. So you can mark it at here and also here because 1 is on AA1. Next, the points 2 and 6. 2 is on BB1 and 6 is on FF1. So you can mark 2 here, 6 here. 6, this is FF1. Then 3 and 5. Just draw a parallel line. 3 is on CC1. This is CC1. So 3 comes here. And then 5 is on EE1. And where is 4? 4 is at exactly D. So this is 4. So that completes this section plane. Now let us move to the other section plane. 7. Where is 7? 7 is at A1. So this is A1. So we'll mark 7 here and also here. Next 8. 8 is on BB1. Just draw a line parallel to the base from that point. So 8 and 12 both you can mark. 8 is on BB1. 8 is on BB1. Then 12. 12 is on FF1. This is FF1, 12. Similarly 9 and 11. Where is 9? 9 is on CC1. This is 9. 11 is on EE1. Here you have 11. And finally 10. 10 is on DD1. 10 is on DD1. Now this is a prism. It has got straight edges. So you can connect these points using straight lines. 1 to 2 and 7 to 8 will be parallel to each other. Similarly 2 to 3, 8 to 9 will be parallel. 3 to 4, 9 to 10 will be parallel. 4 to 5, 10 to 11 will be parallel. 5 to 6, 11 to 12 will be parallel. 6 to 1, 12 to 7, they will also be parallel. So this is the place where you need to fold the sheet will be shown dark. This is the place, what I am drawing now, where you need to fold the metal sheet. So those will be highlighted. So this is the size and shape of the required if you want to make this portion of the prism. Okay, so this you will write here development. That means you are going to draw this sheet, then cut the sheet along this border using the scissors that you are given. Cut it along the border like this. So this portion is removed, this is removed, this is also removed. Then you are going to fold the sheet at this location. Okay, then finally this edge will be connected with this. Then you get the lateral face of the prism. You can do it in practice also. Okay, you can take the sheet, cut it along this, then fold at these lines and join. You will get what is this. When you look at this from the front, it appears like this. Okay, so this is the first problem. It is quite simple. Only thing, you should know how to name the section points. You should name the visible section points first and then come back and show the invisible section points. And don't name any section point on the axis. So this is about the first problem, students. You can have a look at this. This will be given as first assignment under drawing number 15.